Hello and good afternoon, folks. Welcome to our broadcast. Real quick on coverage of Hurricane Ian. I'm joined with Charles Teal of Gulf Search and Rescue, an organization that's been around a long, long time and sort of formally put together just recently. Charles, tell me what you can about this organization known as Gulf SAR.
Yes, sir. Gulf Search and Rescue is an all-volunteer search and Swiftwater and floodwater rescue group made up of volunteers, 100% volunteers that are specially trained in floodwaters and swiftwaters. A lot of like what we've been seeing around here in Southeast Texas, but
Mhm.
most recently down in Florida.
Yeah, we might. We might think about this storm in fairly serious terms. Looks like it hit broadside at about Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and has done at least $30 billion in damage just to start with, and the numbers are barely creeping in right now. So
Yes, sir. It's done quite a bit of damage along that western coast there, which is where our team actually has been. We
mhm.
started out there in Fort Myers as the storm was coming in. They actually were alongside the eye wall as it was coming in there in Fort Myers. Did a lot of rescues and clearance work there in Fort Myers yesterday. Today, they've been spending time since the early morning hours there on Sanibel Island, where
Mhm.
there are no roads going in and out. The only way in is via boat or via helicopter.
So was the causeway completely taken out?
Yes, sir. Lot of debris, a lot of damage to it. There is no way to get across that causeway. And it's a very significant causeway. Of course, it's the only road inside, in and out of that island.
Mhm.
But it also just a very significant causeway in general. If you look at the structure of it, really good example of some of the damage caused by this storm.
Mhm. So tell us what Gulf SAR will be doing over the next few hours in that zone.
Doing a lot of rescues, a lot of going in to find people
Mhm.
and bring them back to the mainland to be able to get any kind of medical care they may need to
Yeah.
get them linked up with all the first responders, all the medical first responders, EMTs, etc. They're also going house to house, trying to help, see if there is anybody there that maybe others don't know about, people that tried to ride out the storm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fairly aged, population in that area. And a lot of folks just can't get out, don't know how to get out of an area like that.
Yeah, and that's always the risk going into these storms are people that just don't have the capability to get out.
Mhm.
Some people who think that, okay, it's not going to be that significant. I'm going to be fine in my home because I've never seen it flood before. But this was such a significant event. Came in as a very strong Category 4. I think it's only a couple of mile an hour wind gusts below a Category 5 when it actually made
Yeah. It
landfall.
was close.
So it was a very, very significant, very historic storm, and we're seeing a lot of that damage as a result, and a lot of people in harm's way because of it.
We talked about some of your leaders earlier, Jake in particular. You guys really know what you're doing. How does one come by that kind of knowledge?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a lot of experience amongst the volunteers, both amongst the leadership and as well as the regular membership. We've got guys that have been search and rescue for decades in some
Mhm.
cases. We have
Mhm.
EMTs, we have firefighters, we have law enforcement, a whole variety of people, and all of them are professionally trained, certified in doing swift water rescues and floodwater rescues. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that's unique for us as a volunteer search and rescue group is the amount of experience.
Mhm.
And of course, we all work together. We were founded a couple of years ago in 2020.
Officially.
We'd all worked together in hurricanes and tropical storms before
Mhm.
that, so we all knew
Mhm.
each other.
Yeah.
So we're bringing all those different talents and expertise together into this organization.
And so, in so doing, do you have trucks as well, or just boats? Are you looking at swiftwater rescues? What kind of work?
We're doing swift water and flood water in this case. We do have boats. We have two boats on the ground. as well as trucks to get those boats around whenever there is roadways, as well as getting our personnel from Texas and Louisiana, which is where most of our team is from this time around. The, driving them front down I-10 to get to Florida since
Yeah.
last Tuesday.
Final quick question that can't be cheap, Mr.
No,
Charles. That cannot be cheap. How does Gulf SAR keep afloat?
we are entirely donation driven because we're 100% volunteer. You
Mhm.
can help support our efforts by going to gulfsar.org. That's GULFSAR.org. And you can donate on there. We're a 100% 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Yeah, and I've seen on your website several references to the ethical nature of doing a job like this. I think the public probably very much appreciates that because we've seen some of these. It's been a question where the money goes in some cases, some
Yeah,
organizations.
everything goes straight into our operations, search and recovery efforts. Everything goes straight into that, goes straight into our equipment as well as the technology we use to be able to be more effective in these kind of situations. So it's all nobody takes a paycheck in
Mhm.
our organization. It's
Yeah.
100% volunteer. It all goes straight into the operations.
Well, Charles, man, you're awesome. We've known each other as friends for a while now. Great to know more about what you're doing with Gulf Search and Rescue. Thanks so much for your time, bud.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
We'll see you later.
Yes, sir.